Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and today we are going to talk about colors in CSS. So we will talk about various ways we can apply color to a single element, and if you are new to my channel, I talk about web development as well as competitive programming. So if you are interested in them, please consider subscribing to my channel. And with that said, let's get started with today's video. So first we will talk about hexadecimal colors. So as you can see here, we have a inside our markup we have a single div box. So now when we go here, first thing we can notice is we have height, font size and all that. So we are not going to talk about them here, not right now. Our focus for today is colors. So in hexadecimal colors there are basically three parts. You could think of them like this way, okay? Red, green and blue. So first two numbers or the first two characters are for red, and second are, and the middle two characters are for green, and the last two characters are for blue. So for example, when we uncomment this line of code, a background color is FF and then all zeros. So as you can see here, we get red color, okay? And now if we uncomment this and save it, so as you can see here, we get green color because we have two F's in the middle. And now when we uncomment the last one, we have two F's at the end of the our hexadecimal code. So that's why we have blue color. So we are not limited to these three colors, but these are the basic colors, and this is how the hexadecimal system works. And what is this TT we had here? So TT is basically, you could think of it like transparency. So it takes value from 00, that is completely invisible, to FF, that is completely visible. Okay, so FF is as good as having nothing because it's by default completely visible. And there are also different values in the middle, like you can set it to 40 or maybe you can set it to 90. So as you can see, the opacity changes. So that's how it works in three parts. First is for red, second is for green, third is for blue, and then we have our opacity values which you can use, or if you don't want to use, it's completely optional. And we are not restricted to these three colors. I'm just showing you these three colors because they are the basic colors. Okay. And now it's again black and white, so let's color it again the same colors, but this time in a different way. So we have RGB method inside of our CSS. So using RGB is pretty clear. Red, R stands for red, G stands for green and B stands for blue, and it takes values from 0 to 255 or 0% to 100% values. So if we give 255, it means we want only red, and if when we are giving 00 in other places, of course, that means we only want 100% of red and nothing of other colors. So when we give 255 or 100% in middle, the second value, we get green color, and finally we get a blue color. So I can uncomment this and you will see we get a red color. And now when I uncomment this, we get a green color because we have 255 in the middle, which is for green values. And when I uncomment the last one, we get the blue value. Now if you are wondering why it changes the background color, I mean, we already had background color. It is because we are declaring this background color after this one, so it overrides the previous value. Okay. And now if you want the gray values, what you can do is you can give same values in three different columns and you can save it. So it will just form different shades of gray. Something, if we can also do it like something like 120. So as you can see, it is lighter gray. So when we have same RGB values for all the three values, I mean all the three fields, so it creates a gray value. The lower the value is, the darker the gray is, and if you want little bit more lighter gray, you can increase the values. As we saw in our hexadecimal examples, we had some transparency value from 00 to FF. Similarly, we also have RGBA function where you can give another value ranging between 0 to 1, alpha value. A stands for alpha, so it will also describe the opacity you want. So it takes value from 0 to 1. So when we say 0, it's completely invisible. and if we say 1, it's completely visible and 100% dark. So I mean whatever the natural value is. So if you want something in middle, you could say 0.5. So as you can see, it's a little bit more transparent. To be more precise, it's 50% transparent. Another way to specify a color for your element or background is HSL method. So HSL method stands for hue, saturation and lightening. So hue method is just a you could think of it like a value for the angle on your color wheel or color scale. So you can Google color wheel. As you can see here, we have our color wheel, and the value 0 or 360 corresponds to the red color, and the value 120 corresponds to the green color, as you can see here, and the value 240 here corresponds to the blue color. We can also adjust our values of hue and saturation and the lightening. So when we uncomment this, you can see the red color. So lightning, the last lightning percentage, so basically it's like how much white do you want to add into it. So if you make this 90, it will be super light, and if you make this 100, it will be completely white. Okay, and now if you do it like 1%, it will be super dark, and you can set different values. So the lower the value is, the darker the color is. The higher the value is, the lighter the color is. Okay, and we also have similarly green, and we also have blue. So you can also play around with the saturation values. Like for example, let's change this to 40%. So as you can see here, it's getting a little grayish kind of color. So you can mess around with it. You can do like 80% or 100%. So 100% is like super light and exactly that color. So if you do it like 10%, so you can say it's gray. It's like closest to the gray it could be. Like you could say 0% and it's like now completely gray. So if you want a grayish colors from your hue, so you can go to 0, and if you want the pure color, you can do 100% and you will get the pure blue color. And the lightness is basically like you are adjusting how dark or light it is. The lower the value is for L, the darker the color is, and the higher the value is, the lighter the color is. And if it's 100%, you will get white, and if it's 0, you will get completely black color. Okay, so we had alpha channel in our RGBA. So similarly we have alpha channel in HSL as well. So you can add here a alpha channel, and now you can do something like maybe 0.4, and now as you can see, it's only 40%, it's 60% transparent you could say, and only 40% visible. That was our HSL value and HSLA alpha channel. And now we also have predefined cross browser color names. So by what do I mean by that? It just simply means you can write background color, and you can use the name. As we can see here, we have different names, and Visual Studio Code gives us all the names like antique white, aqua, aquamarine, coral, and I mean lot of names. So these are the names which browser recognizes. Browser does not necessarily recognize all the colors, and if you have no idea which colors browser recognizes, you can basically Google them. Okay, so it's not a big deal, and Visual Studio also gives you good knowledge or a list of the available colors. So that's one way. So current color keyword, we can use it with the combination of first of all, we have to give color attributes which set the color for our text. So whenever we give color to the color CSS property, we are setting out the color for our text. So we can give it antique white, and when we say we can use a current color keyword in place of this hexadecimal color for our border and save it. So the color of a border matches the color property of our current div tag or the current scope block we are in. So as you can see here, it's antique white, so it will match the both colors. You can change this to something else, like some dark color, dark cyan. So as you can see, the value is matching in both the cases. So those were all the methods using which you can give color to a CSS element. And if you enjoyed this video and find this informational, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. It helps a lot. And if you have any suggestions, please drop them in the comments. I will try my best to make videos on those topics as well.